All right, let me bring the team up in here. Up in here. Up in here. Yo, hello, hello.
Hey, Steven.
Hey, how are you guys doing today?
Hey guys.
What's
Hey,
up?
guys.
What's up, sup? Okay, so guys, if you don't know what House of Kibaa is, based off of their description here, they're a digital studio specializing in the creation of exclusive NFTs for extended reality, AR, VR, and MR. But we got a couple of different people on the line with us today. So, guys, can I just get you to go one by one, introduce yourself, and then we'll kind of talk a little bit more about House of Kibaa.
Hey, I'm Jason or Kibaa. I'm the founder of House of Kibaa.
What's up, everybody? Thanks so much for joining. My name's Xander Smith. I'm the art director at House of Kibaa.
Hey guys, I'm Grant and I'm head of marketing at House of Kibaa. I'm sure, hopefully, I've met a lot of you throughout the days. But thanks for having us.
Yo, so I'm super excited to have this, and Jason, actually, we're gonna keep you with Kibaa because I think that's a cool pseudonym name here that we're going for. And so, guys, if you remember way back when, we actually had Kibaa on here to talk about the Genesis membership of House of Kibaa way back when people were able to get it at like $500, and now they're selling for over $10,000. So, Kibaa, can you give us a little bit of a rundown about the idea of House of Kibaa, how it started, and then kind of how things have progressed from what you were doing before, back when we talked a couple months ago, to what it is right now?
Yeah, this space, it seems like years, but it's only been a few months. It's kind of crazy, right? Yeah, so my background is in film and animation, and the entryway of my NFT journey was NBA Top Shot. I was a OG early adopter. And that was the first time that creators were able to enter the blockchain space. So I took the knowledge of what I learned from Top Shot and my 3D background to uh, I saw potential in what the space was missing. A lot of times, the space was it had no utility. A lot of the NFTs were just images or MP4 files. So I had an idea of bringing in virtual reality to NFTs to give this the space more utility and more value. So we are building a platform right now on Unreal Engine. Our aim is to be the central hub of NFTs by merging virtual reality, 3D assets, and NFTs to represent ownership of these assets. So by using this virtual environment, you're able to give more utility to these NFTs than there currently are.
And so you guys have done a couple different things where you've had the Genesis membership, and then you guys have been dropping the Kibaa Suit. So can you talk a little bit about what are some of the perks of that Genesis membership, and then a little bit about some of the drops that you guys have done so far?
Yeah, so what we built is really a great core community, and this core community that we built has been giving us awesome feedback. All of our stuff is currently on Polygon, so that gives us the advantage of doing airdrops for very low fees. Um, and these airdrops are going to be wearables within our metaverse that we're building. So we dropped the whole Kiba suit because that is the Genesis suit for us. And in this space, people are gonna be able to dress up as the Genesis Kibaa suit.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. So, kind of moving forward here, you guys do have that Genesis piece, but what's kind of exciting that's kind of being worked on right now for the future? Because you've done different collaborations where I know you did the thing with Josh Hart, and I believe you've done a couple of other partnerships as well.
Yeah, we did an awesome collaboration with Josh Hart, creating those championship rings. We're building something with LaMelo right now. Our current project is with Gutter Cat Gang. We're building them an environment for all of the cats to hang out. We tease some of those awesome environments. Also, we're building the cat variations too. So we have a lot of things going, but our main goal right now is our upcoming launch for our own avatar project, which we're looking to make it become a franchise for us. So all of our energy for this month is kind of really pushing that, letting people see what we're all about because our community is really gated right now, and we want to welcome more and more people in.
So when you're wanting to like franchise in a way through this upcoming drop, can you expand on that a little bit more? Do you mean like you're just wanting to get like more eyes on the project and kind of be like, hey, like, you know, we're seeing things like Gutter Cat Gang and the Bored Ape Yacht Club and everything kind of rally around a certain kind of look, where with House of Kibaa, you guys have that membership card and you have those different drops for those wearables, but you don't have necessarily that identity on, you know, social media where everybody is rocking those avatars, and that's why you're doing it, to have that extra presence? Or what does franchise mean to you?
We're looking more than just being a Twitter display photo. As you can see, a lot of these projects evolved into kind of charity and kind of, creating comic books and things like that. What we want to do is create a full franchise to compete with Marvel and compete with Star Wars, because we are storytellers. My background is in film, and as you talk with Xander later, he's been working in Hollywood for the past decade. So what we're trying to create now here is actually a really in-depth story. We have story writers from Asia that we just onboarded, that will expand into this universe.
And so, Xander, with that info about you kind of working in Hollywood, I don't know what you're comfortable with sharing, but you want to go a little bit about your background and how that's going to, you know, help build out the House of Kibaa, and potentially what the benefits are to any of those Genesis membership holders, or for the ones that get in on this avatar drop.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, I'm like a very fortunate digital artist. I've had a great career working as a concept artist, digital modeler, digital sculptor in Hollywood. Some of the kind of notable projects I've been on are like American Horror Story, Aquaman, Star Wars, The Mandalorian, things like that. So yeah, I mean, I've been in the digital space for some time, and about, let's see, like 8 months ago, I started kind of getting more into fashion, specifically digital fashion. And I was kind of approached by a couple projects to work on something called an NFT in digital fashion. A few months after that, the space exploded, and I kind of realized what the potential was, you know, not only for a digital artist, but for quite literally everyone who's on the internet. And then Kibaa reached out to me, and he kind of described this space to me in a way that no one else was kind of talking about. I think he kind of saw the future, what this is going to hold for storytellers, for members, for, you know, everyone who's interested in this space. And the rest is history. It's exactly how I see it. And yeah, we're doing something huge here. It's going to be absolutely brilliant, and we can't wait to share the rest with you.
Okay, so Xander, I'm going to press you a little bit here. If you heard from Kibaa and you knew about, you know, what this kind of space was, and it sounds like in a way that he was the first person to reach out to you for it, what was the reason that you decided to sign with him versus kind of looking and doing other projects? Was there any other projects that reached out to you for this? But like, why ultimately did you decide to partner up with House of Kibaa?
Yeah, 100%. Feel free to press. So yeah, around that time, you know, this is like, you know, kind of like 6 months to a year ago, you know, kind of in that 6 month time frame, as the space was kind of, you know, exploding. I mean, I got more reach out than I ever had, you know, even in Hollywood. You know, everyone kind of realized what the value add of a digital product finally was, right? So no, I mean, I was contacted by tons of different groups, projects, things like that. A lot of it, interestingly enough, was kind of in the digital fashion space, which I still currently am in. But I didn't really get the impression that a lot of people in kind of games, television, film were kind of thinking about it in this way. And so it kind of made Kibaa's pitch, you know, very unique in that. So yeah, I mean, it stood out. You know, everything you're going to hear today is exactly the reasons why I'm, you know, so involved in this project.
So on that topic, and again, not to bring up another project, but we've seen other people from Hollywood, like Stoner Cats, kind of come into the space and do things a little bit differently. What's your perspective on projects that are doing that, where they're like, hey, like, we're going to have those kind of Hollywood talent, and we're saying that, but we're just kind of dropping an NFT, and there's not necessarily that extra benefit to other holders? Do you think that this is going to be kind of a common thing coming from Hollywood? Do you have any thoughts on that project in specific, or what do your friends think of NFTs? Yeah,
all right. So these are a ton of really important questions. To be honest, I'm not sure that I'm the one with exactly the answers here. I think kind of everyone together is kind of, on this discovery phase of what this space actually is. But kind of my perspective is like, Hollywood is, a how do I say it? Like a very entrenched, space that has been around for a very long time. And, with entities like that, you see that, change is much more incremental, right? And so it's kind of not a surprise to me that, major film studios were not the first to pick up on the value add to this space. I think, it kind of makes sense that it's, the smaller studios, the individuals who, see what the valuation is and kind of move forward with that. Yeah, I don't know. Does that kind of give you a perspective or answer your question
no,
there?
for sure. And actually, I want to kind of ask Grant here to go back to, I guess, kind of like the early days with House of Kibaa, because I remember when Kibaa talked to me, he was like, we're not really doing a whole lot for marketing, but now you're coming in here, Grant, and doing some of the marketing things. What should we expect to see? As myself, I'm a holder of House of Kibaa Genesis membership that I picked up the other day. What are some of the things that you guys are looking at doing for the house, we'll call it?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, thanks for picking up that membership. We really appreciate your support kind of from the very start when you had us on the show, and obviously up until just the other day. But I mean, what we've tried to do is really build an organic community first and foremost. We haven't spent a cent on marketing as far as putting ads out into the world or anything like that. What we've really tried to do is build our brand narrative and our story through our community and actually through the product that we put out. We're making sure that we focus on our product first, but also our partners' products and making sure that they're of the highest quality. So what you'll see from us is probably a shift in narrative. We will still be doing a lot of partnerships, but we'll be very selective on those partnerships. We have been since the very beginning. Obviously the Gutter Cats one is taking momentum at the moment and looking really good. And that team's been fantastic in supporting us as well. But we'll be focusing much more on the House of Kibaa story and what we are and who we're about. So we're going through in the background and really developing out what that brand is, how we look, how we feel, and then what our marketplace conversation is going to be. So do we do a story where it's a short film that tells you all about us and then the origins of where House of Kibaa name came from and where the brand came from, and then what we're going to do next. And what we want to make sure is that we create this type of manifesto element that allows us to welcome people into the House of Kibaa through the grassroots community that we have. And that's why we're opening up this kind of second tier membership / also the Avatar project, which allows us to get a lot more people into our ecosystem. It allows us to have many more people talking about us and talking with us, and really allowing us to have a bit more of a brand story. So the partnerships are obviously very important to us, and will continue to be important from a reach scale and just wanting to work on really cool and interesting stuff for the team. Kind of switching more to what House of Kibaa is all about in the upcoming months. Not saying we're going to be doing Super Bowl ads by any stretch of the imagination, but you might see a few more films, you might see a few more visual treatments, and just really kind of building out how we look and how we feel, so people know when they see something from us, it's intrinsically linked to who we are.
Okay, awesome. And so, Kibaa, I'll bring you back in here for a minute. When we're looking at the Avatar drop, you guys are wanting to kind of expand it to bring in kind of more people to your ecosystem. And we've also seen this kind of happen to some other projects where we just seen the Gutter Cat Gang do, the drop with some of those extra different animals. And then for Bored Ape Yacht Club, we've seen where they brought in the mutant apes to bring in another kind of second tier membership. Do you think that this is going to be a common trend for a lot of projects moving forward, where they want to kind of expand their user base in a way? And then if you're able to talk a little bit about the differences in perks to somebody that owns the Genesis membership to somebody that owns the Avatar only.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone's looking for mainstream adoption, right? So 10,000 avatars isn't enough for the whole world. As we kind of expand more and more, of course, the Genesis will always hold the best value, followed by the second tier, followed by the third tier. And everyone in the space right now is at the right time and really forward thinking. So I definitely see, you know, projects, they have to evolve or else they will eventually die off, and people won't be interested, right? So you really have to engage in the community. You have to take their feedback and kind of build for them, while, you know, leading them in one direction. And that's what we're trying to do right now with House of Kibaa. That's why we started with the membership first, and then we're expanding on our avatar project right now.
And then, so what's going to be the difference between the Genesis holders and then the Avatar holders in terms of perks?
So in terms of perks, the Genesis holders will get early access sales, as well as airdrops, which we've been given, you know, every single month since we've launched. And you know, the community is really happy to support us and support what we do. The Gen X, they're gonna get access to our private Discord as well. Obviously, we're building a metaverse, so the avatar will be ready for our metaverse. So, you know, once you buy the avatar, you're able to load it into our metaverse, with the original NFTs, just like how we're doing with the gutter cats, with the bored apes. We have future gamification plans to create a game. So we do have traits that has power levels and kind of distinguish, you know, which one's more rare. And you know, there will be also perks like DAO-like voting, where we have the ability to you know, scan your card to show that you're a member, and then give you some kind of access in the end, or some kind of utility in the end. We have tools like that already built. Um, and yeah, as we kind of evolve and grow our brand bigger and bigger, there will always be this community first focus.
So Crypto Cakes is asking, how many tiers do you guys plan to have? So basically, like, is the avatar the final tier of membership to the House of Kibaa, or is there going to be kind of like other things that are classified as like memberships beyond just kind of a general drop?
Of course, we have to evolve. We have to welcome more people in, right? As I mentioned before, we're looking for mainstream adoption, and you know, Marvel and Star Wars, they have millions and millions of fans. So we need to be welcoming and kind of expand over time.
So we've heard a couple other people, kind of like Beanie, Pixel Vault, and that whole thing, say, hey, like, we want to be like those top dogs for it. And, you know, you guys are saying that now. But what do you think that you guys have that's special to put you to those kind of heights?
Once we get our platform out, people will really see, you know, what the potential of NFTs are. Kind of pairing it with virtual reality, it solves digital ownership within that space, right? So when you buy an environment, or you buy land, for example, and you're using it, and you want to pass it on to you know, your kids or whatever, it'll be there forever, right? The NFT will be there forever, or you're able to sell it to anyone in the world right away. So that's our main advantage, that we're building that foundation right now. So when the system is ready, we're able to bring on people and kind of give more utility. Right now, we're built on Unreal 4. If people research up Unreal 5, you know, the polygon limit count is gone. That's where you really get the full immersion, right? With VR tech right now, it's almost consumer ready. So we believe that it's going to be mainstream ready in about 1 or 2 years.
So I like the fact that you're super bullish on the stuff that you kind of are doing. And ultimately, I think, like, you're saying that the platform that you guys are coming out with, so it's like a metaverse then? If we're able, like, I don't know how much you're able to talk about it, but for the platform that you guys are building, can you kind of like dive into that just a little bit more about what, you know, aesthetically it's going to look like, or options within it?
So talking about competitors right now, we'll take Sandbox for example. They're selling land so people can buy and develop on it and kind of build games. So they're more of a gaming platform. Their design direction is very, I guess, voxelized. What we are is we're trying to bring in HD quality, high quality, to really. I always go back to immersion, because what we really want to build is kind of a new social interaction platform. Because the way I see it is NFTs right now, the communities are on Discord and Twitter. So it's kind of an evolution of these social media platforms if you bring it to a virtual reality space. And then once you're in there, you're able to interact with people one-on-one. We will start to build tools like trading. So it kind of comes down to what NFTs core really is collectible. So why aren't we able to freely trade it right now, right? So things like that need to be built for us to continue to move forward with the space.
And so for with your kind of metaverse, et cetera, and you guys are already on Polygon right now, is it going to be built on Polygon as well, or is it going to be on Ethereum or something else?
So the unique way that we're kind of building right now is we want to be the central hub of all. We do that is we're gonna build a system to have people log into multiple wallets and grab that API data and translate it into something 3D on our side. So the goal is to have flow moments on our platform while people are in their Bored Apes. And right now we're hard at work to kind of build out the system.
Yo, I love that. Okay, so just to change it up for a second, Grant, I want to kind of bring you back in and kind of learn a little bit about the story about how you got picked up by Kibaa, because we heard we heard from Xander a minute ago. But do you remember when Kibaa first reached out to you and kind of like what your perception of everything was at the time, leading up to now?
Yeah, I mean, the first time Kibaa reached out, it was actually through Top Shot. So we were talking about doing something with Top Shot at the time. And I think it was at about 1 a.m., maybe 2 a.m. my time, so a little bit earlier for him, I think. But I was kind of like, oh, you seem like a nice character and really interesting kind of background and those types of things. And then we just kind of got chatting about House of Kibaa, what he was building, what the vision was. And I think, after about 5 minutes of chatting with him, I kind of saw and heard the vision blown. I'd never kind of heard someone talk. Sorry, some background noise, but I never heard someone kind of talk so visionary about a product or where they actually wanted to go. And I've dealt with many different people throughout the times working on products in the advertising world, and Kibaa had a clear vision. And I think what I've been most impressed with in working with the team is that we deliver on that vision every single time. And there's a really nice saying that I don't even know if Kibaa knows that he said it, but the thought was when everything's loud, that's when you build and you keep quiet. So what we've been doing is just that. We've been building, we've been keeping quiet, and only when we've got something to say is when we actually announce it to the world. So that was kind of the thing for me. And then being able to work with Kibaa as building a part of a brand and something that is bigger than just NFTs, it's bigger than just a metaverse, but it is an entire experience. That was something that really spoke to kind of my background and what I'm interested in. And also the fact that Kibaa allows me to autonomously drive things. He is always there when we kind of need him, and we've got some of the best artists in the world to bring everything to life. Xander, obviously on this call, but many others that have done some of the other work. So, the key thing for me was not only the vision, but being able to bring that vision to life, and that's what I think the difference maker has been so far.
So when you guys are looking at bringing in artists, and Kibaa will talk with you, and then if we got to kind of jump over to Grant here, if he's kind of, the one in charge with some of the artists now, but like everyone's looking at getting hired within the NFT space, whether it be from modding, just general involvement in the project, to being an artist. So what does it take to get hired by somebody like House of Kibaa?
So our core must align, right? They need to have a forward-thinking vision with quality, where we're all about quality. We don't release it until we feel like it's right, till it's on brand, on point. So and they just have to be good dudes. I mean, everyone that we've worked with has been awesome. A lot of the NFT space has been amazing. So yeah, it doesn't take too much. Just reach out and on Discord or on our website. Sometimes my DM gets slammed, so I apologize. But we're looking for people, and we start out with 7 people. Right now we have 20 internally in Canada, and we have 5 partners, and a couple of studios in Asia helping. So the only way to build this out is if we expand and collaborate, right? We can't do this ourselves, so we're always looking for people right now.
And so, Xander, like as an artist, how easy do you find it working with other people, or do you find that you're having more success at least right now, where you're working more solo, or how does it kind of look behind the scenes?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're very fortunate right now. Work with a team of other Hollywood concept artists who I'm, personally friends with, have worked on projects with, all of them kind of contributing together to make this the best product it is. Slowly but surely, all artists are kind of figuring out that this is the space that all projects are moving towards. And I've kind of found that artists are really interested to kind of learn more about the space, want to contribute. So it's been great, being able to hire teams for specific projects and, getting the right talent. To add to kind of a point that you'd kind of brought up with, people wanting to submit stuff to us or, become better artists in the space. We're always looking for great artists. So feel free to, send us your portfolio or anything like that.
And how does it work for hiring? Like, Kibaa, for everything, like, is it you doing research and, putting kind of feelers out in a way, or has it been pretty much people reaching out to you, like besides obviously Xander?
For me personally, I haven't had time because I focus a lot on the business end. So lately I've been depending on Xander and our East Asia growth director to actually find talent. But before it would just be reaching out to awesome guys like Xander.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm just playing some videos right here where it looks like for the avatar drop. And I'm happy to talk a little bit more kind of about that. So if somebody's noticing that you guys are doing the avatar drop, what's the information that they need to know about it before it launches?
So we actually just brought up our minting website today. So if you go to GenZeroes.com, all the information are there. The price, I'll say it right now as well, just in case people aren't in front of a computer. So we're doing two sales, a private and a public. In the private sale, 809 will go free to our early adopters, our Genesis members. And then 2191 will be open for the private sale at 0.09 ETH. After that's done, we're going to have one pause day, and then on the 30th, we're going to start a Dutch auction for the remaining 7,000 at 0.2 ETH, and it's going to lower every 30 minutes by the increment of 0.02, with the final base level at 0.08.
And for the link, if it's possible to get like thrown in the chat that we have, because I tried typing it in and I think that I got it wrong, just to be able to show it off here. But that's really, really cool. Okay, and so you guys are doing... Okay, so one thing that I love, and I want to give props, I don't know if this was Grant's doing or whatever, but you guys are almost doing kind of like a media tour, if you will, to kind of bring highlight the fact that you guys are doing this. Whose idea was it, and how have you found it? Because I'm surprised a lot of other projects kind of aren't doing that, and I don't think it's very hard to kind of get your name out there through different like resources like this. So just wondering your guys' thoughts on it.
I mean, I can't take full credit for it. I think incredibly resourceful with either reaching out to people or people reaching out to him. We do get a lot of inbound traffic as far as people wanting to chat to us and those types of things. But I think, when we were planning this, we wanted to make sure that we allowed everybody to hear about it. When we first did the Genesis launch, we thought that everybody had heard about it, but we did get some feedback that not everybody did, and that's okay. So we wanted to make sure that, this being the second opportunity, that we went back to people that supported us in the first place, which is why we're here with you. And then also to some new faces that could help us amplify the Kibaa message, and that aligned with the values that we had and that Kibaa mentioned just before, in regards to, people we want to align with, people that share similar thoughts and values. So it's definitely something that we will continue on. And if anybody wants to have us on their shows, we're obviously more than happy to talk or answer DMs or anything like that. I suppose, we're always open to conversation. I think that's one of the things that we've been very strict on as far as we will, have conversations with anybody. We're very much open. And that's another reason that we're kind of opening this platform up so that we can get more people into our Discord, have more conversations, get more interesting people together, and hopefully share the knowledge that we have, but also, all of our community members have. And we really want to appreciate that and get different people together as much as we possibly can, because that's how this entire industry grows and the category grows as well. So, it was definitely a joint effort by kind of everybody here.
And so we're just looking at the avatar page, and I just want to kind of talk about it again because I know we did a minute ago, but you have 10,000 avatars, you have 809 Genesis ones, 2,191 private, and then 7,000 for the public. So to get into the private sale, what are the steps you need to do to be able to get into that?
So you just gotta join our Discord, fill out a Google form. From there, we're gonna pick 50 lucky winners. And what we really want is just people to come in and just hang out in our Discord and learn more about us and add value to their NFT journey as well. So I also have some product images from our randomization. If I can share it, this will be kind of the first time that we've done it, so I'd love to do it on stream.
Yeah, for sure. I am ready whenever you are wanting to share. We got the leaks, guys. We got the leaks. All right, let me pop it out. Okay. You are good. I might have to... I feel like I can hear myself in that, so I might be quiet while you're talking.
Yeah, I'm sharing it. Do you see it?
It says that the stream was paused because you minimized the Discord. Oh, there we go. I'm still seeing the Discord channel.
Let me try to reshare.
Yeah, for sure. No worries. Take your time.
Don't worry, this payoff is going to be worth it.
All right, here we go. Okay, you guys are good to go.
Yeah, as Kibaa's kind of going through these, you can see, I mean, all the attention to kind of detail that we did per part. Every piece was, hand designed, coned by through our team of incredible artists and myself. We're very pleased with all the combinations that are coming through with this. And we'd love to hear everyone's thoughts as well.
So I'm curious, there's a lot of talk about backgrounds within things, and it looks like you guys have various backgrounds. How many different ones of them? Are they all kind of the same style? Because none of them look like they're taking away from the focal point of it, but just curious your guys' thoughts on that.
Sorry, you might have cut off a bit at the end there. Do you mind repeating the last part of the question?
Yeah, for sure. So just for the backgrounds, you guys have multiple different variations within there. How come you guys decided to do backgrounds, and what are some of the different ones that you guys have in there?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I'll talk about the technical part about that, and then Zander can talk about the art direction. So the backgrounds actually represent power levels or energy. So you're able to have 5 different power levels that will tie into the game that we will produce later on.
And if you guys are able to keep zooming in every time you look at one, we just have some requests from the chat because they think it looks really, really sweet. And then you guys also did the kind of like the full body look with it, where we've seen a lot of people kind of focus on, kind of like the chest upwards. What was the rationale behind, adding like the full length arms and like lower half of the body?
Guys, we're bringing this into 3D. We need the whole body, right, for them to fight. So we're just saving ourselves some trouble. We're trying to evolve away from the Twitter profile pictures and create something new.
Okay, so when you guys are talking about having them fight, can we get a little bit more details on that, or a little TLDR?
Not right now. So
Not
sorry.
right now. Okay.
What I would say about that though, to the question of the full bodies, yeah, I mean, one of the things that, going back to a previous question, first approached me that, I knew was a revelation is, instead of an NFT just being a fancy JPEG, the NFT actually has utility. It's actually going to allow you to do something, to interact with communities, to get other things on top of that. So with these, we want to make sure they're not just fancy JPEGs that someone gets to use as, a profile picture, although you certainly can. But we want something that people are actually going to be able to, play with and use and do things like that. And yeah, coming up, we're going to have a lot of really big announcements, how we kind of envision this. So yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
So when you guys are looking at this, is this going to be potentially like a game that's play to earn, or one that's just going to be kind of like fun, but having the NFT component, you need to be able to like play it, or what's that going to look like?
We're going back and forth on this because there's a hardcore level where, if they battle each other and one consumes the other, so the NFT gets burnt and then the winner gets upgraded. That's a hardcore level, but I don't think anyone would, depending on the floor of these prices, that might be too crazy.
I was about to say that. People might not want to risk it for the biscuit in that sense.
There's a lot of directions, so a kind of a lower, less hardcore direction would be, what if we make, because we have the power to airdrop NFTs on Polygon, energy tokens where you're able to use that to buy more gear to upgrade your guys and battle for energy tokens, right? So there's a lot of gamification that we're able to do, with the tools that we already built.
Yo, this is sweet. Yo, if you want to keep showing some of these different ones, yeah, like the zoom in on it is really good for here because I can't make it any bigger, I don't think, on my end. Can I? No, I kind of can, not really. But yeah, holy shit. Okay, those are sweet.
It's so great to hear. We have a ton to show. This is just the tip of the iceberg, guys.
So
yeah, we have 1,000, right? This is just probably like 6 or 7.
So when you guys are doing this, like, is it something where you guys looked at and said, hey, like, we want to have like common traits, or are you more focused on, like making sure that every single one of them is like badass no matter what one you get, or kind of like what was the mentality when designing these different things?
So we took 10 amazing artist directions and they all look killer, right? So we imagined if we randomized it, they'll look like they can kick some ass, right? But there will be rarity traits where there will be weapons and things like that. So like this guy's holding a weapon. So yeah, just look out for that.
And then for the ones that are reserved for the Genesis, is there, somebody's asking if there is like any extra perks for those ones, or is it just the fact of like a free mint?
Yeah, they will look different, for sure. And with that data that we're able to pull 1 to 809, we can add things like, special emblems in game, things like that. As long as we have that data and we're able to pull it, we can pretty much do anything in our world.
And just to clarify, is it a free mint, or do you have to pay the 0.09, I think you said?
No, it's a free mint for the 809.
Okay. Yo, what do you guys think in the chat? You guys have been going nuts. I love it. These are really friggin' sick. I think like the one with like, I don't know if we call it like the Oni mask or whatever. That one's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, that one with the wings on the side of it.
That's awesome to hear. Maybe, Kibaa, what do you think? Should we do a quick shout out to our team of artists?
Yes, please. And can you mention the films they worked on as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so obviously we're like beyond thrilled to hear kind of this positive feedback. And it's funny on my end because it's like, we have thousands of these types of designs and iterations. So you're just seeing a little bit. And so I'm like, wanting Kibaa to, keep scrolling and share more. But yeah, so, obviously we, really want to continue to increase the, the quality in this space. It's like something that, from my background working in film and television was something, really important to me, and something that, was right off the bat something that Kibaa wanted to make sure that we were on the same page. So to kind of do that, we built a small team of artists specifically to collaborate on this project, and we got artists that were very high caliber. So what we ended up doing was actually kind of giving each artist their own kind of specific direction to go down with each character. So yeah, let me give a quick shout out to kind of. Let me grab my list because I want to say, like their credits and stuff too. So yeah, very first, we got to give a huge shout out to Kyle Brown. You could check him out on Instagram at Kyle. Kind of our, leading man on this. He designed one of our key characters, and he has credits. I mean, he has like the craziest amount of credits. He's worked on everything from like Space Jam to every Marvel movie you can think of, some Star Wars films, American Horror Story, Aquaman, Godzilla vs. Kong, Venom, Spider-Man, Rampage, Detective Pikachu. The list goes on, forever, but yeah, he was incredible in this. So quick shout out to the rest of the contributors. We worked with a masterful mech artist, Aaron Boomhauer. Also an absolutely incredible designer kind of in the futuristic tech space is Eugenia Fears. We worked with Michael Mashera, who's also a concept designer, film, television, and games. And then Andy Chin, who is a world-class digital sculptor. And kind of us as a team all put these together, made sure that every part was interchangeable and would work well with each other. And yeah, you're going to see just an absolutely incredible amount of combinations from all these artists' hard work, hand curating every single piece. So very much looking forward to what the community has to say once you see everything.
It's friggin' sick. I feel like you can just keep looking at them. And was there like when you guys were like saying, hey, like here's kind of the design, like did you like show them the House of Kibaa suit and then say, hey, kind of like branch off of that? Because if you're having all these different artists, it seems like they've all kind of nailed having like that same look, but being different enough.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great question, man. Yeah, so working on kind of a storytelling project, there's always kind of an interesting balance to strike between giving the artist the freedom to kind of go off on their own and come back with something that's very fresh and kind of unassaulted by what the producers want, but obviously you have to balance that. You got to make sure that it is right for the project, it fits with the style, things like that. So what's very cool about this project is Kibaa and myself really wanted the artists to, start off completely going in their own direction. And so I think that's actually kind of lends itself a lot to the kind of uniqueness and success to the, the images that you're seeing right here. So we very much started kind of in a risky position where the artists could kind of do what they wanted. But then we kind of all did, round tables and, just worked through everything to kind of make sure that within one universe.
It's freaking cool. And then like, so the background image on that one looks like it's, like a silhouette or like a, I don't know, like a field around the avatar. Is that specific to just that one? Or is that a background that could pop up multiple times?
It can pop up multiple times. So the backgrounds you see as our power levels.
Okay.
Don't worry though, we got definitely some rare ones.
And if you guys have any final questions as we're kind of going along and moving this here in the chat, feel free to ask them. There was one a second ago. Hold on, sorry. I passed it. T. Monty was asking, why 5 mints in the presale? Doesn't that leave many Genesis for waitlisters with none? Just curious on the logic.
Yeah, so Genesis members get one free, right? What we notice when we do airdrops is not everyone claims. Right now we have about 600 something holders, so that number actually, we don't expect everyone to mint as well. So we feel that 5 is a safe number for us to, for everyone to at least get one if they want to.
And then Dr. Lumpia is saying, will there be some experience gaining type system? And I guess like that's regarding like the leveling up. So
I can't say that right now, but what these will be, they'll be walkable in our metaverse because we're focused on building the foundation and the social platform first. Once we build that, then we can add gamification within the Unreal Engine. But that doesn't mean we can't, go out and create a mobile game like auto chess or things like that. As long as we have the data of your avatar, we're able to do anything.
That's freaking cool. It's really freaking cool. So, I guess throw the hypothetical out there. 5 years down the line, where do you guys kind of see the House of Kibaa ecosystem?
Our first movie for GenZeroes. For House of Kibaa, what we want to be is, a top level design studio that will create amazing 3D assets to put into our metaverse that will always feed our metaverse. So there's 3 different brands here, right? So our metaverse, House of Kibaa, and GenZeroes.
To add to that too, guys, I mean, this folding is going to take storytelling, gameplay, all the kind of mediums that everyone loves right now, absolutely to the next level. What our vision is, but imagine the very best of Hollywood storytelling mixed with AAA gaming. This is where all of this is headed to, and we definitely want to be a leader in that space.
And then Blue Water Bottle is asking about how the team will mitigate bots. And I think, the better question is, are you guys able to kind of do anything, or have you thought about whitelisting for the entire public sale, or just kind of rocking and rolling with it? Because for the avatar drop, are you guys doing it on Polygon or Ethereum?
We're doing our avatar drop on Ethereum because there is a barrier for a lot of new people to be on Polygon and using the bridge. And everyone wants the avatar project to be on Ethereum because the volume is there, right? So we are putting in ways to try to lower the gas price, try to notify people when their text doesn't go through, or things like that. Put pending buns, so when things are sold out, the bun goes down. I can't say too much about the bot situation because if someone hears it and tries to solve it, but we are planning to kind of reduce these. And again, it's on Ethereum, so we can only do too much, right? With what we currently have.
And Yar is asking for the weapon and items that you guys mentioned for the avatars. Will they end up being free or some defined price in the future when you drop them?
Probably both. We have the ability to airdrop for free, if that makes sense, right? Or if people want to spend a little more on rare items. Our whole goal is to bring value to the community and keep people engaged because at the end of the day, we need users to use our platform. For me, I don't want to extract too much money from people. We want to be givers, first and foremost.
Yeah, well, love that. Love that. All right. Well, since we're kind of wrapping up here, is there kind of any last words that you guys are wanting to say regarding the Mint for anyone that happens to have one of the Genesis memberships? Because it seems like we have a whole bunch of them here in the chat rooting you guys on. So do you have anything for the supporters of you guys? And then any last details for the Mint that's coming up?
So we just have one thing which is kind of exciting. As we welcome more people into giveaway, that's always the best way to get people in our Discord. But we'll be giving away an Oculus Quest 2, and that's going to actually have a custom House of Kibaa skin. So it'll look a little bit different to Oculus, but we will be giving away an Oculus Quest 2. And what we need people to do is actually jump into our Discord and join our Discord and interact with the giveaway. So it'll be a giveaway that we do with a bot. So it's as simple as a click, but we want people into our Discord, and we want people to have the chance to win something that will help them get immersed into this world, and then allow them to use that once we do release our metaverse, and they can have a lot of fun with that. So that's our final surprise for tonight, I think. But yeah, we're very excited to do these types of giveaways for members and new members and supporters. So jump in our Discord and we will have that giveaway running.
Yo, love it, love it, love it. Guys, I put the House of Kibaa Discord link in there if you wanted to join up and check out that Oculus Rift giveaway. But Kibaa, any last thoughts from you?
No, just thank you so much, Stephen, for hosting and always, giving such great interviews. And thank you everyone else for coming and listening.
Yo, love it, guys. Fired up with the W's up here in the chat for the House of Kibaa team. Guys, thanks so much for coming on. And can't wait to have you back on for your next big update or drop.
Thanks so much, Stephen.
Thanks so much, everyone. Really appreciate all the support.
All right, there we go. That's it for the House of Kibaa team, and holy sheesh.